so much for your patience. And here we are.
Hello, hello. We're trying
Hello, everybody.
to.
Hello. First, I just want to say happy Women's History Month and thank you for joining us from wherever you are. We're really excited to be here today and talk about our favorite subject. Love is possible at any age, and apparently you guys love this subject too. We are the Silver Sisters. I'm Adelina Fly Granny BK, living vibrantly over 60 in all areas of life, including dating. And Sheila.
I'm Sheila Agnew McCoy, fitness coach and age positivity advocate.
And
And
Tracy.
I am Tracy Byerly. I help women and men to create a confident, prosperous attitude about growing older so they can master the art unapologetically as your professional coach.
Thank you, ladies. So we've been doing these chats about finding love in your mature years, that it is possible. And we've been offering, our insights and hope to many of y'all out there. And it seems like you guys really like it. And thank you, ladies, for joining us. So today, for about the next 30 to 40 minutes, our topic is the naked truth. The truth about ourselves as we go about dating and entering relationships. So, y'all out there, get comfy and grab your wine, your popcorn as we, each offer our insights. So, take it away, Sheila.
Well, hello. I am Sheila. And one of the things that happened with our last podcast, as you know, we had it with men. And it was great. Everyone liked it. And they will be back. But this is Women's History Month and Women's International History Month. And we wanted to really focus on the women again, and we will have that back. But between us, we probably have 200 years experience. So that experience is in marriage and relationships and dating and failed relationships and good relationships and all of those things. But we're not here to give you advice. We're here to have a conversation. And what I found during my 20 years of age advocate and health and fitness related to people, generally men and women, really over 40, I found that people want to talk about and they want to hear about things that relate to them. And so that's why we thought that we would come on and have a conversation. And with that, Adelina came up with the three of us coming in and doing that. So it's been great and we want to continue it. But getting to the topic, we researched a lot of the comments that were made last time. And what we found, it was between all of our social media, it was over 1,000 plus comments. And what we found is three things. People want love and compassion. People, they have hope. A lot of people have hope. And there are people that say, well, you know what? I just don't want to deal with this at all anymore. I'm sick and tired of this. And so we thought we would address that because, particularly when people said they had hope, because having hope means that you believe. And the three things that will really last forever in your life is faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. And that doesn't mean it's just love between a spouse or a mate or, a boyfriend or girlfriend. It means love of anyone, love your neighbor, love your children, love your coworkers, all of that. The greatest of this love. So that's why we feel love so fiercely. And that's why we want love and we want compassion. So how do we get past the hope is what we'd like to talk about today. How do we get past hope? I say we get past hope because we're midlife pivoting now. We're in our season of hope. So in our season of hope, we make changes that will benefit us in our third and fourth quarter. So I say confident hope. Confident hope is believing that you have a future, even in the state that you are in now. And that's believing in yourself and working on yourself and doing the things that you continually do to make yourself happy. Because we can only offer a conversation, but we all have to do the work. And we've all been there. We've all been married before. We have children. We've had bad relationships and good relationships. And we just want to have a conversation about that today. So, is it possible? Yeah, all things are possible if you have faith, because faith is the substance of things hoped for and not seen. So take it away, Tracy.
I am piggybacking on my sister about the naked truth. Let's get naked, y'all, because at the end of the day, it starts with us. It's one of those things that when you, at the end of the day, pull off all the hair, the makeup, your persona, your possessions, who are you? Because if you're desiring a relationship, whoever you are is who he is going to wake up with. And then if you're listening, the flip applies to you. But if you're not comfortable with you, not, let's go beyond, oh, my gray hairs, oh, my wrinkles, oh, I'm too skinny, I'm too fat, but you don't feel good about you. And I say all of this with the utmost compassion because you are looking at someone who had been in recovery, not one, but two bad marriages, not feeling good about myself. And what I've learned it is that it is so unfair to ask someone to love you and care for you more than what you are willing to do for yourself. Naked, get before a mirror and really look past you and connect with your inner essence. What is she saying? Is she saying, whew, you all right? You're going to be just fine. Or is she regurgitating things from the past, ugly things? You're ugly. You're not worth it. Listen to what she's really saying. And then at that point, you have some choices to make, like I did. Get some help. Might be some counseling, therapy, healing, deliverance, whatever you need to get it right. Because this is so important. When I learned to love me and care for me, and again, I'm not talking about going to just working out at the gym and eating right, but my mind and my soul, the inner part of me that nobody sees. Getting that right and loving my inner essence, guess what? When I learned to love me, love found me. And I'm going to give you a quote that is, this wraps it up right here. Now, I found this in my Bible app. I wish I could give you a name. I can't give you a name, but I can give you the title for those of you who do YouVersion. That the devotional was called The Mind, Mental and Emotional Health. And here's the quote, and I'm going to read it slow. The soul attracts those desires which it secretly harbors, those things which it loves, and that which it fears. We do not attract the life that we want, but rather that which we are. The soul attracts that which it secretly harbors. The moral of the story is, ladies, we are so used to performing and getting all of these possessions to make us feel good about us. At the end of the day, it is truly about who we are, because that's what our soulmate is going to wake up with. Not the performance, not the possessions, not the personas, but us. Begin loving who you are. It's time to get naked. Adelina, take it away.
That was beautiful, both of you ladies. I love the confident hope, um, because that's what we had. We had hope when we were out there dating and looking. And I loved Tracy. It starts what you said, it starts with you. I just wanted to say this before I forget, not regurgitating the past, because sometimes what we do is we say, oh, this relationship was like this in the past. And then you begin to look at the new relationship with that old lens, but it's a new person, right? It's a brand new person, it's a brand new day. So we have to like start over. To your point, Tracy, um, I had a couple of points, and one was what was working before ain't working no more. So we're things change. We're mature now. We've all changed, and we need a system update, right? Change your mindset, especially if it's not working. Expand your, be willing to expand your territory. Are you not willing to revise your way of thinking to cast a wider net? For me, I decided, I was living in New York, and I was like, well, I don't know, the New York men just, aren't exactly what I want. So I just said, let me expand. And you don't have to expand across the globe. You could just move out of your state and move into the tri-state area. Try something new, try something different. Are you willing to, maybe explore a different race that, you weren't thinking of before? There could be possibilities there. Um, Maybe you were never attracted to a bald man, but give him a chance. He might be the best thing that ever happened to you. So, and long distance relationship. Sheila and I, had a long distance relationship, and I guess we're mature, so we were patient and we made it work. But some people get stuck and they're like, oh, it's not going to ever work. It can work if you make it work. So don't get stuck in your particular mindset. The second thing is like, I don't think at this phase in life we don't have time to waste, right? So be concise in what you're looking for, but don't be unreasonable. I think we had this conversation earlier. If you're 100 pounds overweight, sorry, chances are a 6 foot really fit buff guy, you may not be his first choice. So working on you is a requirement. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, but there's a lot of competition out there, so we have to make sure that we're in the best shape and putting our best self forward. We can't just sit there and think that things are going to happen. um, Sheila, you had mentioned this. If you're looking for a six-figure man or a wealthy, successful man, are you able to mirror that success in some kind of way?
Right.
Will you all be a
Mhm.
match, right? We
Right.
can't be all take and take. And if you saw our live with Sheila, one of the things that really touched her husband was that she created this gift basket, a very thoughtful gift basket. And he was probably not used to that kind of treatment, because a lot of women are just take, 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 take. So she brought this to him, and it was special. He's like, I'm marrying her. So, so
Well, you
that,
know what? That's true. You have to listen to what people are saying, because everything that I had in the basket was things that he had said he had liked by us being in that long distance relationship. And so, yeah, listening and doing things that are a little bit different, but not off the, not off the, you don't have to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to attract anyone. Yeah.
yeah, it was just a thoughtful thing that really meant a
Hmm.
lot to him. You
Hmm.
know, um, yeah, we can't all just take and take. So work on yourself and work on these things while you wait. And the last thing, for all of us, I believe faith is really important. You know, prayer. I didn't have a faith connection with my ex-husbands, not really. So it was a requirement this time. And what a difference to be able to pray together, seek God together. And if you have an argument, the Holy Spirit is going to be like, you better go apologize. It's
Right.
just, oh,
Mhm.
it's your fault. Or maybe if it's him, God will deal with him and he'll be like, okay, I didn't mean to react that way, because we have somebody else, a higher power that we're accountable for. So for faith, I think I speak for all the ladies. It's really important,
Mhm.
to all of us. Okay, and I have a quote too. I posted it recently. Love does not. His name is Antoine de Saint Exupéry, something like that. Sorry, forgive my French. Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but looking outward together in the same direction.
Mhm.
So, if you have the faith component, that's one less thing to have to fight or worry about. You can worship and pray together and bring everything to the throne. And for me, I literally prayed too that the mate that I was looking for was looking for me. So that's the hope, and that's the part that Tracy said about looking in the mirror, getting yourself ready. I prayed that we would find each other, and
Yeah.
um, I think
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
And I agree with that. And one quote that I saw actually maybe yesterday, it said, "Follow God, and if someone catches up with you, introduce yourself." So
I love it.
I love that. I got to use that. I can't think of who said it, but it was in my daily motivational reading. But also, getting back to what Tracy said, we have to take off the covers. And we have a tendency to say, well, he or she did this, and he or she did this. And we haven't even looked to evaluate what we did and what were the positive things about the relationship, what were the negative things about the relationship, how did you play into that, because you might just be the common denominator if you're always wind up with the same kind of person, okay, or no person at all. Then what I always say, own who you are, own the room, be authentic. It doesn't mean that you can't wear a weave or ashes or whatever. It means within you, walk with authenticity. Because when you do that, your everything is coming out. Take off those covers. We have too many covers on, too many layers. I was at the beach recently and I saw a lady. I said, she got too many covers on for the beach. I wasn't being negative, but I was thinking, I know she had to be hot, you know. But when I put that in a sense of life, we have to learn how to take off the covers so that people could see the true you, and when they see the true you, make sure that is something or someone that is worthy of the person that you're looking for.
That is so good. And I want to add to that. While you are dating, if you can, for a moment, watch that person. Which part of you are they tapping into? Are they
Mhm.
tapping into your soul and your spirit, getting to learn the naked you instead of the naked you?
Right.
If that person can tap into your inner essence and love that, oh, you got a gem right there.
Okay.
And back to what the ladies are saying. At the same time, you got someone that is doing that for you. Don't be a taker.
Hmm.
Study that person.
Hmm.
Learn them, their inside. Get past again. I love being naked. If y'all can't tell, let's talk about the naked. Take
Take it off, girl.
it off.
Take it off.
Yeah,
Come
show
on now.
your inner
we we're
essence.
in the midlife pivot. We are pivoting. We got to stop with all these, that stuff that, just been in us for 50, 60, 70, and maybe even 80 years. So,
Mm,
we're in our third and fourth quarter. So we have to, as my friends say, shoot the ball. Shoot the ball, baby. Tick tock, tick tock. It's running out. So
Mhm.
shoot the ball.
Mhm. And it's a reset, like our phones, you always see updates, you always see on your car now with the new cars, you need an update. Well, we need updates too. We need to update our thinking, our behavior, all that old stuff to be present to today, to who you are today.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I
Yes.
see I see can you see over here someone, what worked before may not work now. Get out of your comfort and cast a wider net. That's right. You want the good
Yes.
fish. You could throw away that those other little bitty fish. You don't want them. Okay.
Right.
So
Right.
she's making a statement. Okay. So you know, I think that the main thing is take care of the main thing. Get naked, see what do you like about your body. That's a start. What
Mm-hmm.
don't you like about your body? So the things that you don't like, you need to cross that out and work on the things that you like. So when you have a situation, you always take yourself out of the negative and put yourself into the positive.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
by the way, Sheila, our sister here, can help you if you want to get fit on her page, right? So you can tell them
I
about
should.
your
I
page.
I love coaching people, and it's not. I think was it Tracy? I believe you said it's not just about get the fitness and eating. You want a total wellness of mind, body, and soul,
Right.
and so that's what I like to focus on. I don't want you because if you just focus on one, you really are not complete. You have to have the whole trichotomy: mind, body, and soul, emotional, physical, spiritual.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
I love coaching the mindset. That's huge to me. I
Hmm.
want to go beyond what you have and do and who you are.
Right,
That's my focus.
right.
Right. And ladies, you have the full gamut of us here because I can chat with you ladies about online dating. So I can do a little coaching there. So all of us have something to offer. And yeah, so I mean, we have lived and we just have a lot to share. Anything else, ladies? I
I
can't.
think that I think that you should expound on that a little bit more because that's one of the questions that we had a lot in our feedback
Hmm.
is online dating. So how I know that you've done a lot of writing and blogs about that,
Hmm.
Adelina. So would you tell people about that?
Yes. I was married for a while and found myself single, menopausal, divorced, and all that. And the world had changed from back in the day when you used to be able to meet people the regular way. And I realized that, if I wanted to date or meet someone, I had to go online. And I was terrified. I mean, it was just a scary scenario. And now I'm talking, a while ago, over 10 years ago, but I had to jump in. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I did. And my first date was an interesting guy. We weren't a match, so that didn't work out. But I got over that first initial scare. And I noticed, even trying to help some of my friends who really want to go online, I've helped a couple of people. I helped them with their profile and pictures and stuff like that, and then they just didn't pull the trigger. They didn't go on for reasons I don't know, not feeling ready, feeling inadequate, just don't want to get in the scene. But if you don't do it, you'll just be sitting there waiting. And we have to take action today. So I did, and I went online for a few years. And you kiss a lot of frogs, you kiss a lot of toads. Some guys turned out to be friends, and that was great because when I was single, I had people to go to dinner with. If we weren't a match, I went to dinner with them, maybe some concerts, doing some things. We knew we weren't a match, but we just, hey, we
Right.
were single and it was
Companionship, yeah. Hmm.
companionship, right? But then fast forward, I met my husband like 4 years, after about 4 years online. And what I did was I went online and offline because I checked out a gazillion sites. And on my Instagram page, I have a link in my bio where you can get a free download. So if you go on Fly Granny BK, click the link in my bio, and I put together a page with the sites that I went on, because I know people are going to ask, because they always do. They want to know where I met my husband, and then some sites that are available now. So you can check that out. But I went offline and online, and I checked out different ones. I wasn't, there's a lot of free trials, like 30 days. If you like it, you don't like it, you don't have full access, but you get a feel. So I went on a few different ones off and on. I don't like this one. I'm getting off. Oh, these guys are losers. I'm getting off of this. Oh, these guys are okay. Maybe, so you know what? Don't give up. Some people do it one time, or they go on one site and they're like, oh, it's not for me. You can't have that mindset. You have to be open. Maybe just that site wasn't for you. And there's a whole lot more that I can get into, but I want people to get off the couch and just jump in there for two reasons. Number one, if you haven't dated for a while, just going on coffee dates, to me, got me acclimated to being around men again after being single for a while. So you're not so tense, and just the companionship. So that's just my little offering.
Well, I think that that's something a lot of people want to know. And my add to that is people always ask, well, where do you meet people? And I really, after thinking about that, is that really an answer for everyone? Where do you meet people? This place, if it's church or online or walking down the street or whatever, because it's really something that you have to work on. With the online, you have to work on that. It's not like people are going to pop up right there. And I find that, like you said, get off the couch, and people say, well, I'm just going to curl up with a book. That's leisure activity for you. And I think that, well, it's kind of paraphrasing the late comedian Robin Harris when he said, you think the man gonna walk up to the door and knock on the door, and you're gonna say, who is it? And he gonna say, yo, man.
Ain't gonna happen.
No, not gonna happen. You gotta do something. You gotta get out.
Right.
And it's fun, and it could be fun. Just be happy. Tracy said that. Tracy expounded on just be happy.
Right.
Be happy with yourself.
Right.
And
Right.
Date yourself.
Yeah.
Because you teach people how to treat you. And if you're not even treating yourself right, first of all, if you're being verbally abusive towards yourself, that needs to stop. And then two, we're not just talking about just the pedicures and the spas and the expensive dates, the little things in life, the small things, nature, a love letter to yourself. Small things.
Exactly. And I was in a state of, after dating so many guys, I was kind of just content with myself, right? And after coming through a rough time of menopause, empty nester, lost my job, divorce, it was like everything kind of came down on me. I made some changes that helped me, like I relocated, because that was something that I needed to do, get out of New York. I've been in New York all my whole life, and I moved to Texas, didn't know anybody, didn't know anything, and I just changed the dynamic of my whole life, but it created like a positive thing. And then I was able to date, not being stressed about it. Just, hey, it's a date. I'm going to have coffee with you. That doesn't mean I'm going to marry you. Let's just have coffee and enjoy. If we're not a match, we're not a match. Next. I mean, just enjoy your own life before you meet someone. And that way, you're complete, you're joyful. Hey, every day is a gift, as we recently experienced, right? Tracy, every day is a gift. So enjoy it.
Absolutely. I see we have a question in the. What are some dating tips you would give to women and men to ensure safety?
Oh, definitely. First of all, at this age and stage, and you ladies can add anything afterwards, our best thing that God gives us is discernment and intuition. So I'm looking at the messages, I'm looking at the way he's writing, I'm looking at just the stuff he says. Something ain't right, I'm not going with it. If you go out to a date, I always suggest go on a coffee date first, because if you're not feeling him, you can just get up. You can be like, okay, thank you. You know, he didn't spend dinner money on you, and he won't feel slighted if you're not feeling him. You're not feeling each other. Cup of coffee, $5. How much? $7 today? I don't know. But coffee, and be in a public place,
Mm-hmm.
you know, take a picture of his license plate,
Yes.
tell all your friends, you know, don't try to be cute. Oh, I'm going out. Tell all your friends, your kids, whoever, you're going out on a date, tell them where you are. Those are just like common sense things that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right. Yeah. And you know, you always be aware of your surroundings, particularly in this day and age. And if you look like prey, they're going to prey on you. So you always want to be aware of your surroundings, whether you meet someone online or you meet them, you know, walking down the street or whatever.
Mm,
And with my husband, I actually was in Washington, D.C. for a conference because I'm a former event manager, event planner. It was an event conference. And I told my girlfriend that I was with, I'm like, girl, let's just go head on and go to the Congressional Black Caucus. We in D.C. and we're here until Wednesday. It starts Wednesday. Let's just extend our stay. So that was like a spur of the moment thing, and I actually told her, I said, I don't want to meet nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm just here for business. So you
Uh-huh.
see how things happen. That was just something that we had not even planned. We just said, let's just do this. And we had the time, and you know, it was convenient for us, and we stayed in the same hotels, and it works, you know.
that's great. So
So
it is possible, you know, to meet people the regular way, you know, and the spontaneous thing was really good. So, you know, folks out there, don't be so stuck and set in your way. Try new things, go new places. You know, you never know.
Never
right.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
And
friends of friends.
don't forget, yeah, keep hope alive too.
That part. Friends of
But
friends,
yeah, I
because
have one assignment that I'd like to give, and I would like everyone to take a piece of paper, or I say piece of paper because I still write out stuff, or you could do it on your computer, and put hope across the top of that paper.
Mm,
And you do it tonight before you go to bed or first thing in the morning. But take that paper and just start writing. Don't stop. Don't stop after two sentences and say, oh, now what? I don't want you to write about hope. I just want you to write and keep writing. Whatever comes to your mind, keep writing and writing and writing. Some people may get a half a page. Some people may get a page. Some people may get 2 pages. Some people may get a blog. Some people may get a book. But take that and read it. Read what you wrote, and you're going to find out lot about yourself, a
mm,
lot about yourself. And like I said, you can't cheat. Once you start writing, you can't stop. You got to keep on writing until whatever it is comes out of you. If you stop and think, it's not going to work. But your whatever comes out of you might be 2 lines or it might be 2 pages. But when you read back on it, you're going to find out a lot about yourself. And that's something that I've learned to do, and I feel like I can write a book with the stuff I've written.
mm.
So and that is part of what journaling does too, because I have written a book based on some journalings that I did. Yeah.
That's
So
beautiful.
that's your assignment. Should you choose to accept it?
All right,
Mission,
folks. We
mission
want to know. We
impossible.
want to know. We want to know, folks. That was really nice. That was good, Sheila.
mhm.
Um, so any other final comments, ladies, as we begin to wrap up?
Yeah, on the dating piece, don't forget about friends of friends,
Mm,
because actually his best friend is my best friend too. And
Mhm.
friends often know each other and do pretty good at being Cupid.
mm,
And that's how my husband and I got together. So For those that are friends, that you have friends and you know that there's people who are good people, go ahead and try that matchmaking now. Just remember, basically, like Adelina said, you don't have to take everybody to the altar. Be friends first
Mm-hmm.
and get to know the person before you start having marriage ideas.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I would like to, my closing would be to make sure that you keep in touch with all of us. And we, like we said, well, I'm with the health and fitness wellness. Tracy is with the well, you could tell what you're with Tracy and Adelina. But what I was going to say is make sure you keep in touch with us and follow us, and feel free to use our services too. Okay.
Absolutely. As
Yeah.
a professional life coach and
Yes. Thank
love specializing in positive pro aging and mindset. Go ahead, Elena.
Yes. Thank you, ladies. But I think that we're strong women, as you can see. We're, mother, I always say, mother has lived. We have all lived, but we still are joyful about life. Things may not go your way all the time. And, you may meet guys that they're just not right, but just still be joyful. Say, what's next? Okay, next, um, enjoy yourself even in the single days, do what you want to do, live your life to the fullest. Um, all those things you wanted to do for years, why not do them now? Don't wait for somebody to come alongside you. You want to take a trip, you want to take a class, do it. Fill your soul first, and then if you meet someone along the way, wonderful. You may not, it may not be for everyone, but still you're having a wonderful life. And then one last thing that I would like to add, and ladies, you can let me know how you feel about this. Men really like to feel needed and wanted. You know, I Wendy Williams used to talk about being soft and pink and our feminine side, and I think that's important. Like they really like that. I have my husband open up jars and stuff that I can't. You know, I maybe I can. Very difficult with difficulty. If he's not here, I have to do it. But if he's here, I'm like, honey, can you open this for me? And little things like that make them feel strong. I know it sounds, cliche, but
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to be feminine. It's okay to let him be strong,
Mm-hmm.
because we've been strong all along.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's just my little tidbit.
Love it.
I agree, and I think the reason why we have so many hang-ups and things is because that's the way we were taught. We think we have to have this knight in shining armor because that's the way we were taught. But one thing about men, and it doesn't have anything to do with what we were taught, it just has to do with uh, our nature as men and women, that they love femininity. They love the soft things. They don't like the hard things. It's not a turn off, a turn on rather. It's more of a turn off. So practice. You don't have to go overboard, but practice the little things, like Adelina said. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can let them do some things. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to be all and do all.
Right.
But,
Right.
give them a chance to be the person you really thought you wanted in the first place.
That's good.
Amen. Amen.
That's
So, all right, ladies. I can't see the questions somehow, so I'll look at them later. I don't know if you see any
I
more.
One is,
see one.
what other social media platforms can we follow you all on besides here on YouTube?
Uh,
Oh, okay. So, I'll tell everybody. So you can follow me, Adelina, at Fly Granny BK on Instagram, and YouTube is the Fly Granny, and TikTok I'm Fly Granny BK as well, and Sheila is at Sheila's Fit 50 Plus. You can tell them where else they can find you.
I'm actually putting it in the
I was trying to get it for you. I'm putting everybody's thing in there. I hope they can see it.
Oh,
okay. Well,
I can
I
hear it.
am. If you're on YouTube, I'm at Sheila's Fit 50 Plus, which is 50, And
Oh,
Instagram is Sheila's, well, Sheila's Fit 50 plus, meaning that was a 50 was the 50. And on Instagram is Sheila's Fit 50 plus, spelled out FIFTY.
All right. Correct me for the YouTube one.
The YouTube is the same thing, Sheila's Fit 50 plus.
All right. Let me get that right. I was trying to catch it real fast. You're safe if you follow me at Unapologetically Gray, and that's Gray with an A.
okay. So
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Unapologetically Gray.
right. Okay. Well, you know what? Thank you all for joining in. We so appreciate you and all the comments and all the love that you've shown us, and we're sharing out of our hearts. And we hope that it you find it helpful. So continue to follow us. And also, you can DM us and let us know if you have any topics or things you want us to touch on in future videos. And we're going to bring the men on back on one of these days. I don't know. We'll talk about that and see if we can get their participation again. So I guess that's it, ladies, right? Thank you and have a
Thank you so
blessed
much. We love you and thanks for joining us.
thank you. Have a
Till
blessed
next time.
all right.
Okay.
Bye.